Just going to give a little chat about buying an old retro bike. And I'll give you some ideas of a few reasons that I like them. I bought this one. It's not cost a great deal. It's worth far more in parts than what I paid for it. And done with it needs a rear derailleur, a few other jobs doing, cables, maybe some headset bearings. Crank bearings are fine. Change the seat, different grips, just neaten it up as well. Good clean. I'm going to leave the tyres on. I like the tyres, so they're staying on. But the thing is about something like this, you can buy it. Say this cost me 50 quid. You can go out, buy yourself 2 new tyres for 25, £30. You're on 80. A set of cables and outs is going to cost you a tenner. You're on £90. And because these are only normally 6 and 7 speed, you don't have to change the chaining cassette. They last really long compared to the newer 9, 10s and 11s. It's thicker metal. You know, it's not rocket science. Simple engineering. Those sprockets are thicker than 11 speeds because they take up more or less the same distance, so they'll last longer. They wear slower. They change thicker. It wears slower. But crucially, all the components on these old bikes are really good. You know, that's 30 years old. There's no rust on it. Well, I'm contradicting myself here because this one snapped. It's probably gone into the wheel at some point and it's absolutely destroyed. But it's 10 quid, 15 quid to replace one. No like for like. When you're buying these, these two types of people, you've got myself, who a mountain bike's a mountain bike to a certain degree, certain standards a good bike for what most people do. And then you've got like, I call them professionals, everything's got to be top of the range, XTR, Answer Forks, the best of the best. Most of us don't need those bikes and we don't need to pay for them. So I can spend 50 quid on this. It's cost me £100 in the end. It will ride like new. It will look really nice when it's done. And it's cheaper than any bike you can buy in any cheap outlet. And a cheap outlet bike's normally £180, and they are absolute rubbish. They use the cheapest, nastiest parts, lowest level. You know, you can fold brake parts with your fingers, they're that weak. You ride something like this, you're telling me it doesn't stand out? You've got the fluorescent green, the green graphics. And also, try and get this straight, look at the geometry of the frame. It's pretty much standard road bike frame. And what are they making now? Gravel bikes. And a gravel bike has exactly the same geometry as that. And most people ride a gravel bike with their hands in a position that would be on this. So basically you've got a cheap gravel bike for next to nothing. And most of your cheap gravel bikes are going to come with cable discs. And cable discs are much better than the old V-brakes and cantilever brakes, if not worse. So when you're looking at these things and you see them and they're a bit battered, this paintwork is spot on. There's barely a mark in it. All the graphics are perfect. And that's the reason I went for it. The forks have got a few marks. I will respray those in a similar colour. And I'll put new graphics on them. And that will change the whole bike. It's got a Ritchie Logic headset. This is good quality gear. A lot of these, like the Bear Valley, the one above it, I think it's the one above it, that normally comes with STX and SC. That's nice stuff. And they're very, very light. This one is just a chromo butted frame. But on the Bear Valleys, you'll get double, triple butted. If you get the triple butted, they are a seriously light bike. You're talking under 11 kilos for a mountain bike. And if you go and buy a new gravel bike, I guarantee your gravel bike that's costing £700-800 is going to be just over 11 kilos because of the components that are on it. The money isn't everything. And buying what the cycle companies tell you to buy isn't everything. It's using a little bit of common sense. Now, fixing this, for you people who don't know, these cables, now these actually work. Now I'm going to change them. Simply because, let me get in here, you can see they're corroded. So I put some nice new ones on there, stainless steel, they're going to stand out. I'll take all these bolts out, clean them. I'll even polish them bits there. If not, I'll change the brake blocks. That will be replaced. the derailleur, new cable on there. Hopefully once it's all set up it rides spot on. If not, it gets a new chaining cassette or a freewheel whatever on it. The crank I know is good, the seats look fine. You know, it will make a nice bike, so don't be put off buying these kind of things. You know, you buy one of these, it's somebody's refurbished, maybe it's £150, £200. There's a reason it's lasted 30 years. A refurbished, it'll last another 30 years. Your £200 bike from, I don't know, Sports Direct will not last that amount of years. It will disintegrate.